Today we got some Devin Booker clips. The main focus of this video is going to be his ability to create space while getting his shot up. So it's not the move, it's not the way he gets into the shot. This video is specifically focused on the little things he does, whether it's fading or leaning to get the shot up over defenders. This will help all players who need to get the shot up over defenders, over bigger, longer closeouts, over hands in the lane. So, as you know the drill, I'll let the clip run through, then we'll go through it. Basic stuff today, right? Devin Book, late in the shot clock, under 10 seconds, he's got to go, make a play, right? So he gets in the lane. First of all, he sizes up Josh Christopher. Hang. Let's read. Lean. This is a lot of the times you see how his momentum's already going forward. He's taking the hop forward into the outside, right? He's not going straight up. He's not standing in place. By taking the hop and getting downhill, boom, he can hit you with a cross. The defender's already leaning that direction, so it makes the change of direction if he wants to hit a cross or if he wants to hit a, any kind of crossover, any kind of fake, maybe go in and out. Get the guy shifting a little bit. But this hang hezzo, right, while moving forward is how he sets it up. Okay? So that's the first part. He gets in the lane, immediately goes by, uses the off arm, jump stops, 2 feet in the lane, right? You go off 1, you have to make a play. 2, you can pump fake. And as Devin Booker is a bigger guard, has watched a lot of Kobe, tries to model his game after that. So 2 feet in the lane gives you the option to pump fake, gives you the option to various pivots, step around, spin, a whole bunch of stuff, right? So he gets in the lane, pump fakes, gets him in the air, wants to see. I used to see Kobe do this all the time. He would pump fake you, and as soon as you jump and you're in the air, he's going back up because he knows that if you're in the air and you're coming down, he's already pump faked you. He can go up. You can't land on the ground and jump again and block the shot, right? So Kobe right there, pump fakes, gets you in the air. We'll slow it all the way down. Now watch his back foot. See this? See how he plants off that back foot? Right foot comes up, left foot's still on the ground. He's planting. All of his weight is in here. By planting off his back foot, look at the lean, right? You see that? He's straight down, and look how far back he gets. He can get it over the hand. He's leaning back by planting off that back foot and fading. That's how he gets the shot off and hits the bucket over Josh Christopher. We're going to go over the details in this video, right? If you're just looking at this clip, oh, what did he do? He just hang, a little hang dribble, step back, whatever, right? But let's look at what he does specifically to be able to get it off. First of all, he comes off the screen, right? We're going to go slow motion. He's making contact. He wants to run him off the screen. Look, he's taking him all the way inside. He's not just staying out here and letting Kessler Edwards crowd him and push him out so Kessler can get over top and so they don't switch the screen. Devin Booker takes him inside. Because if Kessler wants to go under and Claxton is dropping, he's just going to stop right behind the screen, stop where they both can't get to in the gap, which would be somewhere in here, and shoot a jumper. But he takes him under, runs him off the screen, forces the switch, right? We're attacking the bigger man. He catches it, immediately faces up, right? He's immediately looking. Might have been a travel. It's NBA. There are no travels. So immediately, as soon as he catches it, he's looking at the floor, right? He's surveying. What does he have? Does he have immediately a turnaround jumper? No. It's a bigger defender on him, right? So he's watching the floor. He takes the bounce out. Look what he does. He's looking at Claxton. Where's Claxton's hands? Down. He's looking at Claxton and how he's closing out. He's coming up. Claxton, good feet, good position, but hands are down. You can't do that on D-Book, right? You got to keep your hands up at all times as a defender. So he's watching him. Look at the hang, watch him, look him down. Don't look at the rim. We're not hanging and looking at the rim because that would be selling what we're about to do. We want to be able to sell the defender on what he thinks we're going to do. By looking down and not looking anywhere near the rim, not looking anywhere near up, you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know if he's looking at your feet, if he's looking at your body position to blow by you, or if he knows he's going to get the jumper up because he sees your hands down off the rip, right? Face up, face up, face up, hang. Jumper, watch. He jumps up. It's hard. He doesn't do it as much as he did in the first clip, but watch how his body. Can you see that? That's a little fade, right? He's jumping up, but he's jumping backwards and he's leaning. Look at his leg kick out, right? That's not indicative of a straight up, straight down shot. That's a fade. So as soon as he gets to that 2-foot hop, both feet planted on the ground, 1, 2, both feet planted, jumps back at a slight angle. Jumping straight up, it's going to be hard for you to get the shot over a longer defender like that. So that little angle, that little jump back that he does, the lean, is how he gets the shot up and over Claxton for the jumper. All right. As we've seen 2 times, right? Anytime D-Book gets in the lane, a lot of the times he's pump faking, especially when he's by his defender. Because as the defender, if you're behind the step, right, as DeAndre Hunter is right here when he comes off the ball screen, look, he gets clipped on the ball screen, he's down a step, right? Devin Booker gets back inside off the power hop, right? Does a good job of keeping it low, keeping it away from hands. DeAndre Hunter is behind, so he's struggling. He's chasing to get back into play, right? Look how he overshoots, right? DeAndre Hunter does a good job of not biting for the pump fake. But a lot of the times when you're behind as a defender, you're going to try to get back into play, contest, right? Because you're expecting your man to shoot the jumper because he sees that you got clipped on the screen and you're behind. So that's why D-Book a lot of the times, Kobe a lot of the times, get into the lane. We're pump faking right off the rip. Get you in the air, try to draw the foul, pump fake. As soon as you're in the air, you're at their mercy. They do a good job of, especially D-Book in this clip, does a good job of protecting the ball, keeping it away from where the closeout and the hands are, while also giving slight leans and slight fades to get the shot over. So we'll slow it down. Gets in the lane, power hops, right? You want to get to the middle because obviously it's congested over there. And also when you get to the middle, you have 2 sides to work with. So D-Book gets into the middle of the floor. He pump fakes. Pump fake, ball above the head, right? We want to sell the pump fake. Sees if Hunter's going to jump. He doesn't jump. He swipes at it, keeps the ball on his hip away. He doesn't bring the ball back in front, right? You're bringing it right to the defender. He's keeping it on his hip. So as we can see, and I love Chris Paul does this off the dribble a lot when he goes to over his left shoulder, goes to the right. They're jumping. Their feet are slightly tilted, but they're squaring up in the air. They're doing that leg kick. That leg kick allows your momentum to follow through. So he jumps. Look at that lean. Look at that angle. He's jumping straight up, straight up, straight up. Now he's jumping back. Look at that. That's an angle. That angle allows him, he's also 6'6", but that angle, that slight angle, not jumping straight up and down, but slightly leaning back allows him to create that little bit of extra space to get the shot up. And look at this leg kick out. That leg kick out forces the defender to keep a certain amount of distance, right? Because if your leg's kicked out, you can't jump into his leg or it's going to be a foul. And that leg for D-Book also helps square him up, right? It's bringing his momentum all the way around so he can square up to the hoop, eventually get the bucket, see it go through. This back foot, blue will, right? This is how these guys get their shot off in the lane. I know a lot of coaches are going to tell you to jump straight up, straight down in your jump shots. But the reality is when you have longer defenders and when you're not as big, which isn't necessarily the case for Devin Booker, but for a lot of players, you need to be able to do these slight fades, be able to do these little things that give you a little bit of space to get your shot off, especially when you're inside the three-point line. So I'll let this clip run through. All right, so first of all, D-Book's coming down the lane, transition, right? Has the ball. What does he do? We're on the sideline. Yeah, we could go baseline, but we always love to go middle, right? We love to go middle as players because everything opens up. When you're in the middle, you have both sides. You have this side, and you have up top. When you're on the baseline, this pass is going to be harder if the defense is in the correct position and the guy guarding you has his hands up. So you really have this side and potentially the top. The weak side passes are going to be a lot more difficult. So D-Book gets into the middle. We'll go half speed. Gets into the middle, right? Immediately creates contact. We're bumping. We're bigger. D-Book is 6'6". Defender right here is what? 6'3", 6'4". So we want to bump, create a little bit of space. This bump also sets his momentum back and sets up this fade, right? If we bump, defender goes this way, I'm fading, which I'm already going that way, but it creates that much more space, right? So we'll go quarter speed, bump. Immediately we're raising up. Look at the back foot. Bump. Right foot's off the ground, left foot is just pushing off. Look at the lean it allows him to do. Pushing off that outside foot allows him to create that fade, that space, that lean that makes the shot that much easier, especially when you have bigger defenders. Now this shot doesn't go in, but this is a great clip to see how D-Book gets that shot off.